we'll continue with David Hume's perspective about beauty. So, Hume also recognized that there are also unavoidable preferences that a person could make or would make due to his age, di ba? Due to his culture, due to his upbringing. So, mahirap din magkaroon ng ideal critic. But, for Hume, okay, ideal critics are far superior judges of beauty. So, moving to our text, okay, so I just provided you parang another statement from Hume. Kasi baka ma-search nyo na, si Hume provided another argument. So, yun yung another argument ni Hume. And the other one is stated in our text, okay, in our book, in our ebook. Now here, sabi doon that, if I may read it, beauty is no quality in things themselves. Now, what does that mean? It exists merely in the mind which contemplates them. So it exists on the person thinking, perceiving it. And each mind perceives a different beauty. So, yun. Kanina, nasabi ko na yung individual differences. Yun na yun. Now, one person may even perceive deformity or ugliness. The other may perceive it as beautiful. So, Hume totally understands and respect how people perceive beauty differently. So, for example, may dalawang tao, person 1 and person 2. They are being presented with an object. For example, a picture of a tree. Person 1 would appreciate the green leaves of the tree, the brown characteristics of the trunk of the tree, and would perceive na maganda yung tree. Okay? Na healthy siya. And it brings him pleasure. Now, the other person, the person number 2, may perceive it as pangit, as unhealthy for him. And for Hume, ni-recognize na yun. That maganda sa akin pero pangit sa'yo, and that is okay. Because again, it exists in the mind of the person. Kaya nag-a-agree si Kant sa kanya. Okay, now, again, one person may perceive deformity, pwede siya makakita ng flaws sa tao, but the other person may not recognize na pangit or may flaw yung tao na yun. Okay? And every individual ought to accept without objections in his own sentiment without pretending to regulate those of others. So what does it mean? Meaning, kung ano man yung perception ng tao on a particular object, kung na-appreciate nila yung beauty, okay, we must accept that. David Hume wanted us to encourage na we must not invalidate other people's opinion about things. Kung na-appreciate nila na maganda, atin hindi natin appreciate, that is okay. Okay, hindi natin siya pwede invalidate. Kasi nga, these philosophers under subjective view of beauty values individual differences. Empowers individual differences na iba-iba tayo on our outlook kung ano yung maganda at hindi. Alright. Kaya nag-agree si Immanuel Kant sa kanya about personal taste. Diba? Now here, si Francis Hutcheson, sa kanya na-inspire si Hume in a way that, according to him, he holds that beauty is not a quality of objects. Now, it is an idea raised in us. So here, Francis Hutcheson holds that beauty is not a quality of objects. It is an idea raised in us, so that to describe an object as beautiful is really to make a claim about the object's tendency to cause a certain response. So, meaning, the object has caused us to feel something in order for us to view it as beautiful. Okay? Kasi may nagkaroon tayo ng certain response after hearing them, after seeing them, diba? After exposing, okay, ourselves in that thing or in a certain thing, diba? So, bottom line is, now the most straightforward reading of Hutcheson's description of the idea of beauty is that it is an idea of pleasure taken in certain complex ideas of objects. So, ganun siya. Meaning dito, sa text natin, the perception of beauty does depend on the external sense of sight. However, the internal sense of beauty operates as an internal or reflex sense. So, hindi siya nagbabase doon single-handedly kung ano yung nakikita mo lang, but kung ano din yung nararamdaman mo. So, for example, you're listening to rock songs, di ba? You like listening to rock songs because these songs bring you pleasure or certain sense of joy. Kasi may nakukuha kang response from your body, may nakukuha kang response from your mind, di ba? Na naisip mo na, alright, this genre is cool. Okay, this genre enables you to express yourself. So, it is more on your personal taste pa rin. Okay, so wala masyado silang differences, but more of like yung mga technicalities na lang along the way. So, but the most important thing that you must remember here when it comes to subjective view of beauty, subjective meaning nagbabase siya kung ano yung naisip ng tao. And it differs from one person to another. Si objective introduces us that there must be a standard one. Kailangan may universal, kailangan measurable, or kailangan hindi magva-vary, walang differences. Kailangan isa lang yung definition natin ng beauty. If you have clarifications or questions, feel free to make a forum or reply to a forum.